No. How do you have patterns? These are supposed to be gone.
Have you ever kept a secret that could end friendships if someone found out? If so, you know how stressful it can be to keep that information close to your chest, while also acting like everything's perfectly normal. Sometimes these secrets might not be yours to tell, while others are dark truths that you're mortified to share. In Rumi's case, it's the latter, as her life gradually falls apart in K-pop demon hunters. That's fair though, isn't it? When you and your best friends have been trained for years to despise demons, omitting the fact that you're a half-demon would seem like the only option. In Rumi's case, she keeps this secret for years until the truth puts her friendships to the test. It works out for her in the end, but her demon lineage might not be the only secret she's keeping from Mira and Zoey. Today's video will be all about Rumi and what she might be keeping from her best friends.
Maybe listen to those voices instead of the ones in your head. Isn't he great? Woo! Jinu, everybody!
Number 1. Her new pets. As international K-pop stars, it's no surprise that Huntrix hasn't filled their skyscraper with adorable pets. These girls are always on the go, lighting up the stage and inspiring their fans by day, and defending them during the dead of night. Taking care of a dog or cat would feel impossible given their busy schedules. I'm sure Zoey has considered adopting a turtle or two in her spare time, but I doubt they would enjoy traveling across the world on a private jet. It makes sense that they haven't found themselves with a mascot landing in their laps. Even though the three of them would make the perfect pet owners, I can already imagine the pet owner coordinated outfits, can't you? Fortunately, none of these concerns apply to supernatural pets. When Jinu needed to get in contact with Rumi, he sent his loyal pets to do the job. We know them as Derpy the tiger and Susie the magpie, an iconic duo who stole the show from the moment they appeared on screen. Like Rumi, the audience can't help feeling drawn to a massive cat who wants nothing more than a good scratch behind the ear and to push that gosh darn pot back upright. After Jinu's death, Derpy and Susie find themselves locked on the other side of the Hun Moon, with no way to return home. That's likely for the best. I doubt they would find another owner willing to make them tiny hats. Now that they're stuck on Earth, they'll need a new place to live, and they've already made themselves at home in Rumi's bedroom. I can't see her turning them down, can you? Unfortunately, Mira and Zoey might think twice about adopting demon-adjacent animals.
Calm down. I'm not gonna meet him.
Rumi?
You gotta get out of here.
Number 2. Jinu's soul. At the end of the film, Huntrix bands together for a do-or-die battle that will determine the fate of the world. The stakes are pretty high and they're severely outnumbered from the start. Sure, they've experienced enough to rip through dozens of demons without breaking a sweat, but that doesn't mean a horde of 50 or 60 couldn't be enough to take them down for good. For whatever reason, Guima recalls his other demons to strengthen his physical form, leaving Huntrix to the Saja boys. Mira and Zoey find themselves preoccupied with their fellow K-pop stars. Not only were they separated across the stage, but they were pinned 2 against 1. The Saja boys put up a good fight, but there aren't enough of them to stop Rumi. However, Guima tries to do it himself. He might have succeeded too if it weren't for Jinu jumping in to stop the attack. I'm sure most fans agree that Jinu's redemption took us by surprise. None of us expected him to give his life to protect Rumi, and neither did Guima. In his final moments, Jinu reclaimed his soul from the Demon Lord and gifted it to Rumi, giving her additional strength to fight on. In the wake of his death, Rumi becomes stronger, with her Hun Moon weapon growing in size and shape. Many fans theorize Jinu's soul gives her a power boost, a feat that's only possible because of her demon lineage. Others believe that Jinu's soul remains in her sword, allowing her to keep a piece of him with her forever. Rumi might hesitate to tell her friends that she's received additional powers from a demonic source, or that she's held onto a piece of Jinu's soul instead of trying to set him free for good.
I wanted to set you free.
You did. You gave me my soul back.
Number 3. The Hope Bracelet. Speaking of Jinu and Rumi, their relationship is pretty complicated, right? They start as enemies, become friends, and then romantic sparks begin to fly as they spend more time together. Rumi's presence helps Jinu conquer his fears, and he nearly betrays Guima. I think he would have gone through with it too had Guima not eavesdropped on their conversation and threatened Jinu as a result. So Jinu becomes an enemy again, but even after he betrays her at the Idol Awards, Rumi refuses to believe that he isn't a good person worthy of redemption. There's a cute scene around the midway point where a bracelet seller mistakes them as a couple. Although Jinu and Rumi brush off the assumption, they still end up with the bracelet. Rumi uses it to symbolize hope and explains to Jinu that it's something he has to find within himself, rather than expecting it to come from an outside source. Jinu ends up with the bracelet, and I'm sure he keeps it as a reminder of Rumi and what their relationship might have been. I can imagine him wearing it beneath his outfit for the Your Idol performance. I can also imagine Rumi finding the bracelet after the battle, with it serving as her only physical reminder of Jinu. In that instance, she might keep the bracelet a secret. Her friends would worry about her if she seemed consumed by grief or incapable of moving on.
Here, free one. Go find yourself a better boy. This one's hopeless.
Well, there's your answer.
Number 4, Jinu's deal. One last thing about Jinu. Because Rumi kept so much about him a secret, instead of telling Mira and Zoey about her first meeting with Jinu, where she started to doubt the true intentions behind demonkind, she continued to correspond with him in secret. During that time, she learned to trust Jinu, respect his opinion, and view him as a friend. Obviously, their interactions at fan events gained Mira's attention, who called Rumi out for acting like Jinu's friend instead of his enemy. Yet, when caught in her lie, Rumi dug her heels in deeper. She still doesn't tell the truth when her markings get revealed at the Idol Awards. She tries to explain, but her friends feel so betrayed that it's impossible to have a proper conversation. By the end of the film, Mira and Zoey have yet to hear the story behind Jinu and why Rumi learned to trust him in the first place. With Kpop defeated and the honeymoon restored, it's unlikely that Rumi revisited her meetings with Jinu or talked about them with her friends. After all, their romance barely made it off the ground before Kpop escaped. Mira and Zoey may know very little about Jinu, his friendship, or the deal he made with Rumi before his death. Even if Rumi did trust her friends with the information, she might keep it from them to ensure it never reaches someone less understanding, like Celine or a senior hunter.
You made a mistake, Jinu.
It's not that simple.
But I am a mistake.
Number 5, her father's identity. K-pop Demon Hunters is a pretty cut-and-dry film. The filmmakers did a fantastic job delivering a complete story with limited screen time, so that they could do Huntrix justice if the project didn't explode after release. Fortunately, it's become one of the most beloved and rewatched animated films in streaming history, which means we will see Huntrix in future projects. To account for their success, a few mysteries were sprinkled into the story and left for Huntrix to resolve at a later date. One of these mysteries is the fate of Rumi's parents and the identity of her demon father. The only thing we learn about them is that Rumi's mother died when she was very young and that she made Celine promise to take care of Rumi despite her demonic markings. We get next to nothing about Rumi's father. There are many theories online about who he might be and what happened to him. Some believe he was an evil demon who exploited Rumi's mother, while others think he was once a man like Jinu seeking redemption. One of the most popular theories to date is that Rumi's father is none other than Kpop, which explains why he couldn't locate or control her through her markings. Regardless of the answer, the truth remains that Rumi's father is a demon. Obviously, Mira and Zoey know this now. But Rumi might keep the true identity of her father a secret if she discovers an uncomfortable truth.
When the whole moon is sealed, all the demons will be gone from this world, and so will your patterns.
Number 6, the new honeymoon. Last but not least, the new honeymoon will be a hot topic in the sequel. Based on the lore, the honeymoon remained the same since the day of its creation. At no point in Hunter history had demons come so close to overtaking the human world. Huntrix fixed their mistakes by creating a new honeymoon instead of the serene blue we see throughout the first film, which connects everything and everyone. We see a bright iridescent shade that clearly comes from Rumi's patterns. Now we know that the original honeymoon worked by a new trio of hunters rising with each generation to watch, protect, and strengthen it through their fans. I'm sure Huntrix will assume the new honeymoon works the same way, but that might not be the case. The honeymoon might have new rules now that a demon helped create it, potentially making it unstable or easy for Kpop's followers to slip through. Rumi might feel responsible for these troublesome changes and try to cover them up before her friends find out.
Rumi, I'm so happy you didn't, die.
Wow, Zoe, way to be super literal.
I'm a big fan of Rumi's character, and I want to say that she had plenty of character growth throughout the first film. Keeping too many secrets would belittle that arc for her character, as she learned to let others in and accept help from those who love her. She can't keep Mira and Zoey in the dark forever, but old habits die hard. A moment of panic or guilt might have Rumi improvising and coming up with a lie that's too big to back down from. Hopefully, her next secret won't put the world at risk. What do you think? Will Rumi find herself on the brink of another disaster? Or will her friends get to know this new side of her? As always, we love to read your thoughts in the comments below.
Keeping the secret, this shame of what I am, and the more I hid this shame, the more it grew.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
And that's why we have to finish this. All these fears, it's the demons talking.